everybody, welcome back to another edition of Homemade. And today you all, we are making just a simple seafood bag. Now, in this seafood bag, we're not going to have lobster, we're not going to have crab legs, anything like that. It is just a simple shrimp, sausage, corn, potatoes, and eggs. And you all, again, it is so simple to make. Now I am going to do a few things different in my seafood bag. Like I'm going to steam my shrimps and my sausage because to me it just gives it a better taste. It holds the flavors in to me when I steam it as opposed to boiling it. Now I am going to boil my corn and my potatoes only because sometimes the potatoes can take a little minute to get done. We are going to prepare our sauce for the bag, and we are going to put it into the oven for 10 minutes on 425 degrees. Now, I've already boiled and peeled my eggs. I've already washed everything, my shrimps, my corn, my sausage. Now, I'm not going to use whole sausage or the regular smoked sausage. I'm going to use the cocktail sausages. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to chop my corn up into pieces. I am using fresh corn. If you want to use frozen corn, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't take as long to cook. So I'm just going to take my corn, and if you'll notice, I did not season my corn because our sauce is going to be really seasoned and we don't want to overly season it. And I'm going to just put in my potatoes. And here I have about 10 small red potatoes. I'm going to put a lid on that, and I'm going to let that cook for about 10 or 15 minutes, just long enough so that my potatoes are fork tender. And when I say fork tender, I mean that I can stick a fork in them and the fork can actually slice through the potato. So we're going to let those cook, come back, and then we're going to get started with steaming our shrimps and our sausage because it does not take long to steam those. Now we are going to make our sauce, and you all, the sauce is so simple. It literally takes about 5 minutes for the sauce to cook and for us to pour it over our bags, put it in the oven, and you all, we are going to come back and sample some of this goodness. Going to go ahead and start steaming our shrimp and our sausage. Now we are going to lightly season our shrimp, and we're just going to season these with some seafood seasoning. It's the Red Lobster brand. Again, we don't want to overdo it because remember, we are going to season our sauce. On our shrimps, we are going to squeeze some lemon juice. You'll notice I do have my pot with my steaming basket in it, and I do have a little water in the bottom of my pot. So we're just going to put our shrimps in there. And you want to do this when your potatoes and your corn are close to being done. So I'm going to let that steam. It'll steam for about 10 minutes just until our shrimps get done. We don't want to overcook them at all. That's really important. Don't overcook your shrimp. Once your sausage begins to plump, then you know it's time to take it off. But while we're waiting on that, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to prepare your sauce for your bag. For our sauce, we are going to use 1 stick of real butter. And while our butter is melting, we're going to go ahead and start adding in our spices. For our spices, we're going to use 1/2 tablespoon of Old Bay seasoning. We're going to use 1/4 of a tablespoon of our Creole seasoning because, again, we don't want it to be too saucy. That's really important. Now, we are going to use our garlic and herb blend from V's Spice Rubs. And for that, I am going to use 1 tablespoon. You all, if you don't have the V's Spice Rub herb blend, you need to get it. We're also going to use 1 tablespoon of onion powder. Remember, it's onion powder, not onion salt. Garlic powder, same thing, 1 tablespoon. We're also going to use 1 tablespoon of our minced onion. We're going to use a 1/2 tablespoon of our paprika. And we are going to use 1 full tablespoon of our minced garlic. And if you get the juice from your minced garlic in there, that is totally fine. You want to make sure you stir that up really, really, really well. We are going to add our freshly squeezed lemon juice. So you want the juice from 1 lemon. I am going to add a little heavy cream. Just a little bit, not a lot. So I would say maybe like a teaspoon. If you don't want to put the cream in yours, it is perfectly fine. And your sauce is going to look like that. We are getting ready to start assembling our bag. So our shrimp, they are done steaming. So what I'm going to do is I kind of like to just layer my bag. So I'll take a little bit of my sauce and I'll pour in the bottom of it just a little. As you can see, our sausage and our shrimp are done. We're going to take those and we are going to put them inside of our bag. To put the rest of my sauce in before I put my eggs in. I put my eggs in. And we're going to let as much air as we possibly can out of this. Twist it up. Gonna put my tie on. Going to put this into the oven. I think I said 475 earlier. It's 425 degrees. We're going to put it in there for about 10 or 15 minutes. Our bag should start to expand, but we don't want to leave it in there longer than 15 minutes. So our seafood bag is done, you all. And look at that steam. I just kind of want to show you all the inside of it. And I'm just going to go ahead. You all, make sure you leave your comments, your pictures in the comment section below. Let me know how it turned out for you. Let me know if you changed anything. Whatever. It does not matter. Just let me know. I always say this, you all. Cooking is as easy or as hard as you make it. But I promise you, if you keep it simple, just be yourself, life in itself can be so much easier. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Homemade. And until next time, continue to be great.